Alright, we'll be starting in a moment here. Alright, let's see where I was. I think I was in the clerk's ward, about to head to the Civic Festhall. So I'm going to presume that's the case.
In knowing the teachings of Zerthamon, I have become stronger.
It looks like I got an immediate level up on somebody. Anyway, hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome back to my live Let's Play of Planescape Torment, a classic AD&D 2nd edition game. Now, somebody leveled up. Okay, so his Dakon is leveled up. And spell memorization's abilities have increased, so he got a mage level. No, he got a fighter and a mage level. Nice. I guess they synced up for once. Alright, well, we've looked at the tailor. And we've looked through the brothel of slaking intellectual lusts. We've looked through the advocate's home. As Dianora's house, or father, or whatever. We've looked through the Art and Curio Gallery to a point. So really, the only thing we have left to really investigate here is the Civic Festhall. Let's head there. I suspect there's going to be one of those ones where the entire episode is going to be dialogue here. I should really... oh. What is this? This ominous-looking archway leads underground. So there's an underground section. Alright. Don't need to go there just yet.
I'm gone.
So, I suspect...
Done.
that I am going to, at some point, have to figure out what I've got memorized and what I don't, in terms of spells. For now, though, let's talk to Salabesh the Onyx. This tall, thin man, dressed in heavy crimson robes, has sharp, pinched features. Sorry, excuse me. I'm gonna get a bit of water. He bows regally as you approach him. I am Celebish, oft called Celebish the Onyx, future mage tutor of the Civic Festhall. Mage tutor? What the hell? You've business with me, I take it? No, just some questions. About what? Not the ward and the like, I hope. Plenty of more common folk could answer such questions, and I'd just as soon direct you to one of them. What do you mean by future mage tutor?
Updated my journal.
Excuse me while I hack a lung off. Hack a lung up off mic. It's a prestigious position to be an official tutor in one of the Festhall's training chambers. It's my intention to one day take the position of mage's tutor, but the title is currently in the possession of Lady Thorncombe. If only I could somehow prove that I'd be the superior tutor. Okay. Why are you called the Onyx? A long tale, which I'll shorten to save my breath. In my youth, I was once called Salabesh the Golden, for I was said to have a heart of gold, small, hard, and yellow. Well, I cursed the fool who started that, so that he could only speak from his arse and defecate through his mouth. The Onyx appellation, along the same lines as the Golden, though admittedly somewhat less clever, soon followed. In any case, I'm a much kinder fellow now, far less prone to laying curses and the like. I'm not certain if I deserve the name any longer. You cursed him so that what? Oh yes, you heard right. Celebesh sighs happily and chuckles to himself. That sort of thing is why I'm known as the Master of Curses, you know. Do you know of a cursed man called Reek?
Updated my journal.
Reek? Salabesh's eyebrows suddenly dart up. Oh yes, Jumble Murder Sense cursed that man, if I recall correctly. Why? Seeking to get his curse undone? Good luck. Only Jumble can do that, you know. Where would I find him? Within the Civic Festhall, I suppose. A short, portly fellow with a leering smile. Never speaks, so it'll be hard-pressed to get anything out of him. Alright, I think that's about it. Let's head on in. Looks like we've got some leads to some of our quests. Now, as usual, unless I'm immediately
the truth of the multiverse shall be revealed.
Thank you, Fall from Grace. We're going to go ahead and do a quick tour and get the place on my map, and then come back and talk to each person in turn.
Done. All right. All right.
Nice music. I have a feeling I should know this music. Here we go. Just getting everything on my map.
All right.
So I know where to go.
I'm gone. I'm gone.
There's several rooms to investigate here, and this does, and it looks very crowded, so it is probably going to be one of those episodes where I do nothing but talk to people throughout the entire Civic Festhall.
Done.
There's a combat room.
Done.
I guess it's just where everybody goes to experience everything. People talking. A magic room.
Done.
Come on. Maybe I should have started at the beginning so I didn't have to go through all this. Death's Advocate. Man, this place looks ripe with experience.
I'm gone.
Any other floors? Yeah, there's an exit there. And another one there. So yeah, this is probably going to take a while. Let's head back to the beginning. All the way over here. Let's see what's on the map so I know what to expect. Half hallway leading to the dormitories, magecraft training, thievery training, combat training, Western Lecture Hall, Eastern Lecture Hall, and the Festhall's foyer. Is that what's called? Foyer or foyer? I don't know. It's an architectural term. I should probably learn it at some point. It comes up in descriptions often enough. Alright, who to talk to first? Let's talk to Splinter. This towering man's golden skin sparkles slightly, almost as if it were metallic. Whether it's his actual flesh or merely painted on, you cannot tell. He regards you coolly as you approach, giving a respectful bow as you draw near. Welcome to the Civic Festhall, traveler. We are Splinter, doorman to the Festhall and priest king of Ur. How may we help you? Despite his humble offer of aid, his voice is powerful and commanding, a deep and rumbling sound that resonates throughout the chamber. Ah, okay. How can you help me? We do many things in this fine hall, traveler. We answer questions guests may have regarding it or its inhabitants. We direct both visitors and members of the Society of Sensation alike to the sensoriums or lecture halls. We also accept new members into the Society. Lastly, it is through us that purchases from the Society's vaults are made, spells, items, and such. And, wow. It's a lot of stuff. What lectures are there to attend? The Festhall's current speakers include Death's Advocate, who speaks of death and what follows it. Gysis the Crooked, who speaks of the Blood War, and Three Planes Aligned, who speaks of the power of alignment and belief. Assuming they are currently here and well, we could direct you to one of their lectures at any time. Yeah, assuming they are currently here and well, because if you go ahead and just straight up murder one of them, I guess they're not going to be there and well. I'd like to attend Death Advocate's lecture. Travel through the middle door on the eastern hall and the door beyond that as well. Continue straight down the hallway you find yourself in and then... Okay, I know what that is. Oh, excuse me. Is there somewhere I could rest here? There are lodgings within the Fest Hall, but only members of the Society of Sensation are permitted to use them. Should you wish to visit them, walk eastwards through the Fest Hall from here. You will eventually come to them. The clerk there allows sensates into their rooms. And here's the issue. I have no idea what faction I want to join. Planescape has, what, like 9 factions or something like that? And each one is an entirely different philosophical premise. So, theoretically, you can join each of them. I don't know that that's actually a good idea right now until I know more about them. Okay, no other ways to get a room here. I have another question. Tell me about the Society of Sensation. The core of a sensate's belief is that the multiverse can only truly be known through the senses. If one cannot sense it, then a thing isn't. Only through experience, through experiencing all the sensations to be had, can the full truth of the multiverse be revealed. The Society of Sensation, then, is where experience is gathered and are shared with others, usually via the sensoriums. Okay, another question. Someone I was looking for here. There's a lot of people I'm looking for here. Merriman. Merriman is usually pacing back and forth around the lecture halls. Travel through the middle door in the... Yeah, okay, I know where that is. Next, I had another question. Looking for here... Mistress Jolmy of House Sirma. Jolmy has taken to waiting about in this very chamber of late. We think she is looking or waiting for someone. In that case, she should be nearby. And someone else. Who's the last one? Montague. Montague is a busy young man. He can usually be found moving between this chamber and the... Okay. So in other words, just look for named people. Anything else you can ask about? I wanted to ask about you. There is little to say... hold on. Excuse me. There is little to say that we have not told you. We are the Splinter, doorman to the Festhall. Demigod, son of Issahar and priest king of Ur. Planeswalkers come to our world and told us of the Society of Sensation. We were fascinated and returned with them. We left Ur in the capable hands of our queen so that we may come to this place and experience servitude and humility for a time. As time does not pass here as it does in Ur, the century we have spent here shall be as a mere several months in our own world. After another decade or so, we imagine we shall be ready to return to Ur and rule it once more. I think that's about it, actually. So... Oh, wait. How can you help me? Could I buy something from the Sensate vaults? The Festhall's current... That's not what I want to know. That's not what I want to know. How can you help me hit the right one this time? Number 4. Must be a member of the Society of Sensation. That's all I wish to know. God damn it. Alright, looks like I'm just going to be wandering around talking to people. There's Jolmy, who has a quest for me. And she's right up front. There's a bunch of unnamed sensates, and there's Merriman. This stern-looking older woman seems to be looking for someone. Her eyes fix upon your face as you approach her. You there, may I have a word with you? Yes, you're Jolmy, correct? I spoke to your messenger. I am pleased to meet you, then. She gives a slight bow. I would make you a somewhat unusual proposal, though you must admit you're an unusual man. I will give you 1,000 copper commons for your permission to kill you. Are you open to discussion on the matter? Sure, why not? After a short discussion, it comes down to the following terms. Jolmy will pay you 1,000 copper commons. In return, you will allow her to drive her dagger into your heart. She will wait for you to awaken, at which point she will give you the coin. Sure, let's do it. Boom! The affair is over in moments. She's already cleaned her blade and put it away by the time you've recovered. After picking yourself up off the Festhall floor, Jolmy hands you several rolls of copper coins while you rub your aching chest. Somewhat disappointing, I must admit. Ah well, coin well spent nonetheless.
Updated my journal.
So she's kind of a psychopath.
Done.
Wanting to kill someone just for the experience. What's the betting she records that and put it in like a...
All right.
In a sensate sphere or whatever. Hey, stop moving around out of my line of sight. Merriman, the Headless.
I'm gone.
Headless? Wait. God damn it. How come I can't talk to him? There we go. It's clear there's something very wrong with this man. The way he lurches about, bumping into things, staring off blankly into space. As you approach him, you at last realize his plight. He's headless. The thing on his shoulders is merely a skillfully carved wooden prosthesis, a false head, so that we wouldn't have to make another sprite. The headless body stops fumbling for a moment and pauses. Its hands begin to reach out, as if trying to feel exactly where you are. After a moment, its finger brushes your forearm. It clutches your arm and follows up to the shoulder, then your head. As it feels your face and head, its hands brush your neck, as if it were checking for something. Finally, it grabs your hand and shakes it vigorously in greeting. You notice that its skin is cold and slightly clammy. The figure makes a series of hand motions, then waits for a response. It seems as if he's he's asking a question. The headless body taps its foot for a moment, scratching at the chin of its prosthetic head. Suddenly, it raises a finger as if struck by an idea. It points at you, then at the eyes of its wooden head, then at you again. It then indicates its wooden head with both hands, shrugs, and points at you. I haven't seen your head anywhere. The headless body shrugs, slumps a bit, and then turns to amble off. Wait a minute.
Done.
That's odd. Am I supposed to find his head or something?
All right.
Wait, there's that other person I'm supposed to talk to, right? Montague! This handsome young man seems lost in thought, his brow furrowed and a slight frown upon his lips. And to thee, sir, hail. What dost thou wish of me? Are you Montague? I need to speak with you about Juliet. Oh? He gives a puzzled look, slightly suspicious look. I overheard her speaking at the brothel. She's having an affair, you know. Thou speaks falsely. I would have thee present me proof before I took thy claim as true. I saw her reading letters from him. I did not. I refuse to grant credibility to words and accusations. I must feel the weight of such letters in my hand before I may make an appraisal of the situation. Were thou to bring me the letters, I would speak to thee of the matter once more. Oh, goddammit, I need to go fetch them.
All right.
Well, tell you what. Let's see. Yeah, that was the one where I took the easy way out and said, oh, I'll go ahead and just convince him. So now I've actually got to find somebody to duplicate letters for him. Geisis the Crooked. This squat, hunched old man still has the broad shoulders and scarred, callous hands of a worker or warrior. An aura of weary despair seems to hang about him. He appears to be giving a lecture at the moment. Right, now listen up. This is the seminar of the war. If you're here to listen about the blood war, take root. If you're not, you're in the wrong room. If you're in the wrong and all, and you best ump your soft, comfort-loving Sicilian limber stems out of here. God, this guy's gonna be impossible to speak as. Fucking A. The man suddenly throws a dark eye over the audience, as if looking for something. And further, if you're a Tannery or Beta Zoo, ump your scaly eyes out the door. It's not letting your ornery bastards bend an ear to this and listen to your barmy arguments. So I guess Fall from Grace needs to leave. Because this is no discussion on who's right. Behind you, you hear the sounds of something large leaving the lecture hall. It just tells the blood war from the human point of view. It's not promoting one side or the other, because they both stink in different ways. The speaker becomes somber. So, what's left of you wanting to listen to some blood war stories? Tales about the war. Ear to hear the horror of it all, no doubt. The floating fortresses, wove and weaved of human skin. The plains-wide battlegrounds the blood war be fought on. He bares his yellow teeth. Tales of fiends locking fangs with other fiends. Grar, snar. His snarl fades and he looks suddenly bored. Well, let me peel back your lids and crack your bone boxes. It's all a steaming heap of barmy nonsense to be dwelling on that forged dung. He spits in derision, rolling his eyes wildly. I'll tell you this, though. You can't imagine the scale of the blood wars fought on. Nothing you've seen, heard, or participated in, nothing compares. Time, numbers of legions, sheer bloodshed, nothing compares, Burke. To try and imagine it, forget it. My advice, simple. Stay away from the bloody big mess altogether. The only thing you need to know is this. Fiends are killing fiends. Beta Zoo are slaughtering Tannery. Tannery are butchering Beta Zoo right now. He spits again. Neither's winning. Don't think either can win. Biggest stalemate this side of eternity, thanks to powers. That's it. That's it. I'll be answering any questions you got for me now. What's your question, Cutter? How does one get hired into the Blood War? You know, every once in a while some leatherhead Burke comes round asking about a job in the Blood War. They want some jink, they want a quick stint, and that'll get them along with, and then to get along with their lives. Mayhap I was one of those leatherheads. Mayhap I was a sellsword and heard there was a little jink to be made in the war. Got me interested. Taught me a lesson, it did. We're like ants running around the eels of dancing godlike... excuse me. The eels of dancing sodpike gods. I saw big men who claimed to be big soldiers. Paper soldiers. War's a furnace for them. Makes them wake up or burn. So how'd you survive? The man's face darkens. Well, that's the thing I won't speak of, Cutter. Suffice to say, a man does what he has to do to escape the war. Okay. What started the Blood War? You got a right to be curious what started this big old sodden soupy mess in the first place. What set the fiends to locking horns in the first place, biting and clawing at each other until that was the only reason they were alive. Simple. They met. Tannery and Beta Zoo crossed each other one day, and like two drunken bigots they set to fighting. That's simple. Well, nah, pike that. Imagine two drunken priests who believe each knows the only way to live. Now make those priests ripped with scales and fangs and horns and a cruel streak 7 leagues wide and put them in an itty-bitty sodden cell, and you have a good idea of the love that can spring forth. And there you have it, the origin of the Blood War. Why are two evil races fighting? One believes evil should be nice and orderly. One believes evil should be chaos, running rampant across the plains. Both evil, but doesn't mean they can agree on anything. Bad blood, bad blood. Each wants to exterminate the other, so only their brand of evil remains. And they hate each other, like... He wrings his hands together, trying to find the right words. You see, they don't hate like we hate. We don't even know what hate is. We have one word for hate. They have, his voice drops, thousands upon thousands. Their meanings twisted and piled like bodies. That's why they fight. Yeah, the Blood War is interesting, and basically like their excuse to have demons and devils fighting all the time in AD&D parlance. I'm going to go through the rest of these. I'm not going to narrate every little thing unless it's really interesting. So, I'm mostly just going to breeze through to see if anything gets uncovered in terms of experience. Tannery. Beta Zoo. Because otherwise I'm going to be here, like, all day, literally. Because I'm only, like almost half an hour in here. And I've only talked to a few people. Where's the Blood War fought? Tell me about the Grey Waste. The Grey Waste is interesting because it's actually, I believe you might go there at some point in this game. I'm not entirely sure. So you'll tell us no tales of the Blood War? Alright, 1. Let me give you an example of what meat means to them. They'll get some mean-spirited mortal mercenaries together, maybe a drop of a few million strong, and let them... Maybe a drop of a few million strong, and let them slaughter each other for no real reason at all. A pointless battle over some power-forsaken piece of land. Guess where all those souls go? Their souls sink into the plains of evil they fight on, where they can be ripped from the soup of the plain and set to fight again as lemures or manis or whatever the pike and sod, those little fiendish dung heaps become. The more of those sodden petitioners they get, the more troops they have. So in other words, they hire people because really only evil people would choose to fight in the Blood War just to kill them so that they can just have them permanently. Alright, so no questions. Right, this is the last bit then. Some of you are sensitive, so I got one thing to say to you. Don't sign up to see what the Pike and Blood War is about. Don't be a barmy idiot. Use a sensory stone if you got to know, but stay the L's away from anything to do with the Blood War for real. It's just not worth it. 'Tis. For a moment, a look of great pain crosses the man's face. It looks as if he is going to weep. Not worth it at all. That's the end of the session, so farewell. Alright, so let's go ahead and check in on the other... lectures. God damn it. The name just randomly escaped my head. I'm also looking to see if there's like a random headland anywhere. Or anybody that's named. Wait, what? Quisai. This is a life-size granite statue of a gentleman standing with his arms at his sides, eyes closed. It is of excellent craftsmanship, exquisitely detailed and incredibly lifelike. So much so, in fact, that you find yourself wondering if it's really a statue at all. The statue makes no response. Touch the statue. You touch the statue and find that, while the clothes that adorn it are of gray cloth rather than rock, the skin is as cool and as hard as granite. Why would someone clothe the statue? Strike the statue! As you make to strike the statue, its eyes flash open and it catches your fist in an iron-hard grip. Narrowing its cold, gray eyes, it speaks with a voice like two boulders grinding together. Why would you strike Quisai? Forgive me, I only meant to see if you were truly a statue. He nods slowly, frowning. You are forgiven. However, one feels you are lacking patience. Perhaps I had some questions. Hello, my questions? Wait for response. Keep on waiting. Wait quietly for a few more moments. The statue's eyes open. He gazes at you with cold, gray eyes. He speaks ponderously, with a voice like two... Yeah, he's always said that. Your patience is noted. Kusai would speak with you now. I have questions about you. What is it you were meditating upon when I first found you? The Way of Stone. A philosophy. A method of combat. With it, Kusai seeks to achieve invulnerability. Yes, now, the way is not yet perfect. Kusai will make it so, one day. Kusai knows this. You tell me what you've discovered so far? No one has asked Kusai to share his knowledge of the way. Kusai shall do this now. He begins to speak at length, slowly and carefully. And I have updated my journal again. After hours of listening and many, many questions, you still cannot understand Kusai's Way of Stone. The concepts are simply too complex and alien for you to wholly grasp. Did I not have enough, wisdom or something? Thank you. I have other questions. Other questions about you. Who are you? I am called Kusai. What are you? A race of stone princes. Is a Genasi of Earth.
Updated my journal.
Kusai's father, an elemental creature of Earth, is a Dao. Kusai's mother, a human woman of noble heritage, such as what is called to be Genasi of Earth. The Genasi are like descendants of genies, and I thought they were kind of like tieflings, where you had to get 2 or 3 generations removed, but apparently not. What do you do here? Trains others in the arts of combat. Can you train me? He looks you up and down, making a deep rumbling sound. Slowly he holds up his hands and breaks off one of his fingernails with a sharp crack. Kusai would see you break this stone. Break the stone. With some effort, you snap the shard of rock in two. He takes the stones from you and places them in his mouth, chewing them to dust with a harsh cracking sound. Kusai finds you physically suitable. Why do you seek training? To defend myself. Kusai finds no need for melee, then. Kusai means to say that there are many ways to do these things. One may steal an opponent's weapon, leaving him defenseless. But the battle must still be fought. To rely on theft is a mistake. After a time he nods. One may hide. If one cannot be seen, one cannot be attacked. One is invulnerable. But no thief has mastered stealth to such a degree, and some foes can't be hidden from. Your scent or your very thoughts will give you away. After a short wait, he nods. Mighty spells can smite many foes more quickly than any blade. Mages are like a flask of flaming oil, powerful but once spent, nothing. They are physically deficient. Their spells mere crutches against this deficiency. When one sorcery is spent, the core of combat still remains. And I got some experience, yay! Krisai finds you fit to teach. Meet Krisai in the training chamber.
Updated my journal.
And here we are, ready to train. I don't know what this is going to get me. Let's find out.
All right.
I'm presuming this is the combat chamber in here. And there's Kisai. Who else is in here? Warrior in trainings. There's a Barriar. Yeah, they really pushed Barriar in Planescape, and I can't remember a single person ever actually playing them in any of my groups. He regards you coolly with his eyes of granite. You are here to train under Kusai? Yes, train me. No, I'm not a warrior by trade. Kusai's mouth slowly curls down to a deep frown. Ah, god damn it. Okay, in that case, farewell. Questions then? Questions about you. Let me just go ahead and blow through this real quick. Other questions? Questions about this place? Alright. So I can come back and talk to Kisai to get trained.
I'm gone.
If I switch back to warrior. But I'm playing mage for now. Thief in training. Any named thieves in here? Nope. Let's go over to the mages.
I'm gone.
Alright, mages in training. Like, none of the teachers are in their halls.
I'm gone.
Damn. I just saw somebody walk by. Who are they? Where are they? There we go. Wait, there's Merriman. I need to talk to Merriman. I've already talked to Merriman. There we go. This man looks to be a bitter, cantankerous old codger. His mouth is twisted into a frown that becomes even more severe as he notices you coming his way. Merriman my name may be, but merry I am not. Off with you, young one. No time for the likes of you. He goes into a fit of coughing from the exertion of shooing you away so loudly. Wait, Delora wanted me to speak with you. That's so? About what, eh? Well, she says that you're her first love, and that so long as you hold the keys to her heart, she'll never be free to love another. She told you that, eh? I'm surprised. Perhaps leaving her under Mistress Grace's tutelage did what I couldn't. Started to develop her feelings. In any case, he pats a pocket on his tunic. I won't just give the keys to her. Wait, those are literally the keys to her? I told you that was going to happen. He nods. That they are. Delora is a construct. Didn't you know that? A creature of sorcery and clockwork mechanics she is, and one of my finest creations. Merriman sighs. But cold, without emotion or character. I brought her to the brothel and set her that she may not leave, in the hopes that the constant contact with so many others would begin to develop her personality. The keys are the tools used to set her. She wants them because she feels that they're limiting her personal growth now, I suspect. What do you want for the keys? I want to forget. I lived almost 150 years now, and I've seen every sensory stone I've cared to in this grand hall. I've little time left to live, and I'm too weak to go out in search of wholly new experiences. So I need to find a way to just forget them all. That way I can start again with my final days.
Updated my journal.
I'll need something, some item, some concoction that will allow me to forget. Like a draw to the river Styx, something like that. Alright, so I will bring him some water from Styx, which should, in fact, erase his memory. Although, wasn't it technically the River Leith that erased memory?
Done.
Okay, I'm seeing nobody else. And I got a train coming through. One moment. Alright, let's continue. You got
All
Death's
right.
Advocate. And you've got 3 planes aligned. Let's talk to them. Thin and sharp-featured, his yellow skin covered with tattoos, this man looks over the room and its inhabitants with a cold, black eyes. He appears to be giving a lecture, and it sounds a hell of a lot like a Gith. I am known as 3 Planes of Line. I knew it, a Githzerai scholar. If you are here for my lecture, it begins in a few moments. He speaks in a very low, somber tone. Today I shall speak of the power of alignment and belief, and how they shape the planes. First, I shall explain the concept of alignment. Alignment is a descriptor of one's beliefs, and how one acts upon those beliefs. At its core, all creatures predominantly behave in one of 3 ways: with good in their heart, with evil in their hearts, or indifference, or neutrality in their heart. They predominantly express each of those core behaviors in one of 3 different ways: in an ordered manner, in a chaotic manner, or in an indifferent, neutral manner. Thus, there are 9 core alignments that one is capable of. So they're taking like a core game concept and reducing and implementing it as an actual, like, philosophical notion in the game. The 9 alignments, then, are lawful good, neutral good, and chaotic good. Lawful neutral, true neutral, and chaotic neutral. And lawful evil, neutral evil, and chaotic evil. This reminds me of my alignment videos. Now, I shall speak of the power of alignment and the beliefs it engenders, of how from then the very deities gain strength, and how belief can physically affect one's environments. A deity must have worshippers, for it is faith of such subjects which gives them power. As converts are made and more come to believe in a god, the more power that god receives. Conversely, when no one believes in a deity, it withers and dies, joining the corpses of other gods that float on the astral plane. It is thus possible to slay a deity by simply forgetting about them. A much more striking example of the power of alignment and belief, however, can be seen within the sliding of gate towns. First, I would define gate towns. Gate towns are towns on the Outlands, the largely neutral area which Sigil spins over the center of. They are called gate towns because they are built around a permanent gate or portal to one of the outer planes. Each of these outer planes has its own alignment. The Abyss is chaotic and evil. Beator is lawful and evil. Mechanus is lawful neutral. Mount Celestia is lawful and good. The Outlands, again, are true neutral, leaning to neither law or chaos. Sliding occurs when there is a high concentration of belief in an area of differing belief. When this occurs, the area itself will move or slide to a plane that matches the new belief. Now, the gate towns usually have a strong belief that matches the outer plane beyond the portal, but the belief is not yet strong enough for the town to slide from the Outlands into the outer planes. For example, the town of Ribcage borders the portal to the lawful evil plane of Beator. As expected, the residents of Ribcage are largely lawful evil residents, but the entire town's alignments and beliefs are not strong enough so that Ribcage will slide into Beator. For example, Ribcage might one day see the sudden rise of a lawful evil order of clerics, promoting their dark beliefs and converting many citizens to the worship of their lawful evil god. Were this to occur, there would be a good chance that the town would slide off the neutral Outlands, becoming part of the lawful evil plane of Beator. Whole layers of planes may move this way. Thus, many wars are wars of belief and faith by necessity. They are tools by which territory is obtained and held. This, then, is the power of alignment and belief to shape the planes. This session is ended. May belief guide your actions and shape the planes to your will. So yeah, that kind of hammers home on the whole idea behind Planescape, and that's that belief becomes real.
I'm gone.
And we're going to go ahead and do a lecture over here. Death's Advocate. Sigillians, welcome. Please take your seats and listen to the darks of which I speak. He begins speaking with a somber tone. Death. It is what awaits you at the end of life's journey. He coughs slightly, then raises his eyebrows dramatically, waving his hands at the same time. Death is not an end, but a beginning. For when you die, you shall not cease to exist. No, far from it. The outer planes shall welcome you to their breasts. There, a new life, one such as you have never known, awaits you. You shall cast away the tattered cloak of this life and become one of the faithful, a petitioner. As a petitioner on this outer plane, your life's journey shall truly begin. If you have been a goodly sort of gentleman, steadfast in charity and goodwill towards your fellow bloods, perhaps the light-blanketed slopes of Mount Celestia shall house you when you die. Your spirit shall pass on to this place, dwelling as a petitioner in the beauty of the golden mornings, soft sunlight that caresses. Perhaps you have lived your life to betray others and get ahead, giving lies instead of truths, backstabbing others, all to accomplish your own goals. Cold, blood-red carcery, the plane where all turncoats fall when they pass on, shall be the cage that imprisons you. As a petitioner within this plane, you shall live a life of treachery and treacheries, of lies and lying, knowing a life without trust. So much talking in this game. Alright. He hunches over, his eyes dart back and forth. And perhaps you have lived a life of bloodthirsty evil, contemptuous of your fellow man, laying others low and doing as you please without care for who or what you hurt. Then it is perhaps one of the lower planes, Beator, the chaotic swirling layers of the abyss that shall welcome you. Evil to the core are the spirits that come to this plane, and most are doomed to mindless cruelty and suffering, or servitude in the dreaded, he whispers dramatically, blood war. No matter where you go, know this. You shall be embarking on a new life, my Sigillians. You shall be able to start anew without the burden of memory of your past life. Your sole goal, if you will, is to merge with this new plane that you are on, becoming one with the ideals and the very substance of the plane itself. You shall be one of the inhabitants, the petitioners on this plane, or ideally one of the building blocks upon which the plane is built. It is the goal of all petitioners to accomplish this goal. You, he claps his hands together for emphasis, must hold to your ideals. Your ideals, good or evil, law or chaos, or somewhere in between. As you approach to the alignment of the plane, your journey will end as you become part of the plane itself. And that is what awaits you after death, my audience. Have a care as to how you live your life, but know that it is not oblivion that awaits you after this life. Now I shall field any questions you may have. I had a question. Okay. Now here's the question is, since we're in the Outlands already, isn't it possible that he's already talking to some petitioners in his crowd? What's a petitioner? Alright. To merge with a plane. Another question. Can a petitioner die? I'm just going to go through these real quick, see if I can't unlock any more particular memories. Oh, this one's interesting, though. Can petitioners die? He looks slightly uncomfortable at this. Well, yes. What happens when they die? He looks a little bit more uncomfortable. Well, you merge with the planes. What if the petitioner dies on a plane other than their home plane? He looks very uncomfortable. Well, then that is the end of life. But no petitioner wants to leave their home plane, friend. He looks around, realizing he is in a trap. To do so would be oblivion should they die, really. Okay. Why do petitioners lose their memories? Many pardons, what? I said, why do petitioners lose their memories when they die? He looks uncomfortable. Well, you know, who wishes to be burdened with such things as memories? But why do they lose their memories? He frowns, beginning to say something, then stops. After a moment, he continues, choosing his words carefully. I imagine it is because you must start afresh, your petitioner soul pure when you arrive on your new plane. And why should you have to do that when all your life experiences have determined what plane you end up on? He looks very uncomfortable. Well, I don't know. That's no answer. He becomes slightly angry. Do you have a better answer, my friend? Perhaps one you can share? No, I don't. Then it's simple enough. Don't die, friend. I had another question. What determines which plane you go to? Where do neutral people go? An excellent question. Excellent. Becomes a petitioner in the Outlands, lands in Circle Sigil. Okay. What happens if someone can't die? Nonsense. Everyone dies, friend. Even gods die. But suppose that someone can't die. Well then, based on what I've said, he would never reach the outer planes and never become a petitioner. I can't die. Oh, truly. Look, everyone. A rare treat. One of the great immortals has graced us with his presence. Greetings, O immortal. The audience laughs. I can prove it. Oh, do. There is more laughter from the audience. What sport? Take heed, my audience. I think we shall have a rare display of my lecture today. Come up here, O immortal, and we shall see who is right and who is dead. Kill yourself, and then get back up. The speaker turns white at this, taking a step back by the powers. I think it's only fair that you prove your point now. Oh, well now. Go on, die, here, now. Prove your words to be true. Embrace your life as a petitioner. Now, I must confess that I'm not quite ready to depart this life just yet. Should I just off him? I'm trying not to be truly evil, but at the same time I'm haven't really been good all this time. So this great new life on the outer planes may not be all it's supposed to be. The speaker is aware of his hypocrisy, but is afraid of the alternative. Perhaps not. Well, certainly not now. As I thought. I had another question. Explain alignment to me. Another question. The Dustmen say that this life is where we end up when we die. The speaker chuckles derisively. Some members of the audience chuckle as well. There are countless petitioners, my friend, Dustmen among them, who would disagree with Dustman philosophy. Alright. Tell me about the Blood War. Got another question. Ask about one of the planes you mentioned, the Abyss. Another question. Plane mentioned Bator. I'm just basically running through these to try to uncover stuff now at this point. Had another question. I think that is about it. So never mind, no more questions. Get ready to leave. He looks eager to wrap things up. And I shall end this session. I shall continue the lecture here at the hall, so tell all your friends. So maybe I should have tried to kill him. Maybe that would have unlocked something. There's a Merriman. There is nobody else left in this hall. So let's try one of these side doors, I guess. The dormitories.
Alright, done.
Let's try this one first. This is the Civic Festhall. It's not the dormitories. It's just more of the same. Oh, you know where this is? This is like the inn. You have to be a sensate to actually stay in here. But you don't have to be a sensate to just barge into rooms and question people, do you? Unfulfilled desire. Let's talk to them. The woman before you is incredibly attractive. There's some intangible aura about her that makes you want to speak to her. As you step up to her, she glances at you coyly, then gives a knowing smile. You want something, yes? She hisses the yes, drawing it out slightly, slowly, sensually from between her teeth. I can help. Name your desire and I provide it. I want knowledge. I have some questions. I want my memories returned, all of them. She smiles. Much may be forgotten in a lifetime, and much more in several lifetimes. I can help you. She studies your face closely. Explain to me the ways in which you want these memories back. Speak to me your craving, and I shall speak of you to you of the price. Describe the way in which you want your memories back. As you speak, her smile fades, and she leans forward attentively, her eyes ravaging your features as you speak. Her presence compels you to speak more than you normally would, and after a few moments, her eyes flutter closed as she gives a sharp intake of breath. Suddenly, the desire for your memories begins to wane. Your want slowly drains out of you, leaving only a sense of cold emptiness in its wake. She opens her eyes again as you stop speaking. What is wrong, traveler? Do you no longer want your memories returned to you? What have you done to me? Whatever do you mean? Despite her innocent demeanor, you're certainly sensing something unnatural has occurred. She has somehow siphoned off some part of your desire, stolen it away for some ghastly collection of wants, or perhaps to feed upon. Had you finished speaking your desire, certainly it would have been lost forever to you. I'd best not. Yeah, let's
Done.
not mess with her for now.
Done. All
Go
right.
up here.
Locked.
What's in here? That's locked.
All right. All right. Locked. Done.
Locked as well. Should I try and unlock these things?
Locked.
I'm
This door
gone.
is locked and you will need a key, so I can
Done.
unlock these things. Let's quick save the game. And go with thieving skill
Might
on
as
the
well.
door.
Got it.
Popped.
I'm gone.
And what's in here?
I'm gone.
A sensate and a sensate. Yeah, just
I'm
looking
gone.
around your room. I may come back and rob it later. And another one. Unlock.
Got it.
Done.
And what's in here? Is there
Done.
anybody in this room? No, there's not. Awesome. I can actually rob it.
Locked.
Yeah, I gotta actually unlock stuff first. Hold on. Nothing in the bookshelf. And unlock.
Got it.
And I'm gonna assume this other one's locked
Why
too.
not? Thing's locked. Why not?
God damn it, I just told you to unlock it, Anna.
Might as well. Got it. Right.
There we go.
Aye?
So what's in here? Money.
And your will be done.
Why not?
And more money. And stuff I can sell. Nice. Anything else I'm leaving in here? Nope.
All right.
Alright, so I'm going to assume that this is just where you go to rest if you're in the sensates. So we're going to head out and head over to... well, that was the other corridor. Well, I'll tell you what, let's
I'm gone.
talk to this person up here and see if we aren't already a member, because that might be the case. Festhall room clerk. This attractive young woman smiles pleasantly. Something I can help you with, sir? How would I get into those rooms? You'd have to be a member of the Society of Sensation, sir. Approved by Splinter. He's just inside the entrance to the Festhall. Could I rest here? Yes, please do. So you can actually just rent a room here. I'm not going to, but you can.
Done.
So I couldn't find the...
I'm
I
gone.
couldn't find a few people, actually. I couldn't find the trainer for the spells or the thievery aspects.
All right.
So what do I do? I'm gonna basically browse
I'm
around and see if there's not something I'm missing here. I've talked to everybody who's... I've talked to everybody who has names and quests that I think of. The issue is that... wait a minute. This throne appears as old as the building itself. Alright. Aren't there supposed to be, like, sensation stones in here somewhere? Or I'm just
gone.
not seeing... So I've uncovered the
gone.
fighter trainer, but there's no mage trainer, there's no matching thief trainer. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to head back and get those papers
All right.
from, what's-her-face, over at the brothel. Which should be pretty easy. It's just over here. And there's probably about a dozen things I'm missing here. Oh shit! And I forgot to talk to what's-his-face that does the curses. Okay, who am I supposed to speak with? Juliet? There's Deborah.
All right. I'm gone.
That's the Tails person.
I'm gone.
Wait a minute. Let's gotta get back in here to talk to Yves, or Eve, or whatever. Have you come to trade Tails? Yes, I have. Just ask a question. Have you spoken to your mother lately, Yves? I have, thank you. My pleasure, and that is it.
Anna, were you raised in the Hive?
Mind your own business, succubus. I've nothing to say to you.
Very well then.
Damn. Well, she's trying to be nice.
I'm gone.
Where is Juliet? I totally forget where. There's Echo.
I'm gone. All right.
Still don't have Echo's voice. There's Kesai Serana. Where the hell is Juliet? And then the Nine Eyes. Is this Juliet over here? Vivian. There is a patron. Come on. Am I just totally missing them? Oh, there's Juliet. There we go. No, not yet. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, did I mess up? Question for you. Never mind. Waste of time. So I'm gonna have to find some other way to get those letters. Yeah, let's talk to that one person that cast the curse on Reekwind. And see if we can't get a lead there, and then I'm probably gonna have to wrap it up after this. There's a named person, but I'm not gonna talk to him just yet. Let's look for what's his face.
I'm gone.
If I remember right, he's kind of a small, portly
Done.
fellow, just like Merriman in terms of his sprite. It's just a matter of finding him, because he could be anywhere. He could be like literally anywhere in here.
All right.
That's Merriman. So looking like for somebody like that, or somewhat similar to that.
Done.
Dear God,
Done.
where is this place? I'm getting like no luck on this. And I saw him earlier.
Done.
And I decided to just walk past him.
All right.
Your will be done.
You know what? I'm gonna split up. Okay, it's not this guy.
I hear your path is mine.
No, you stay there. Main character is gonna
All
walk
right.
in here. So I literally saw him earlier, and now I can't see him. Maybe he's in one of these lecture halls. Oh, it's like playing Where's Waldo. Fucking A. One moment. Alright, let's see what's going on here. I'm back. Sorry for the delay. Well, wait a minute. If this... There we go. Jumble murder scent. Jesus Christ, he's standing in a damn doorway. That's couldn't... Wow, I couldn't see him. This short, balding man's orange tunic and rather sizable gut give him the look of a walking pumpkin. He is absent-mindedly patting his large paunch with a slow rhythm, as if it were a drum. The man's odd, crooked smile and a strange gleam in his eyes make him look a bit mad. The man gives an exaggerated, flourishing bow and presents a small card which reads only, Jumble Murder Sense, Zeus Ex Sorcerer Extraordinaire. He then snatches the card from your grasp and proceeds to eat it, grinning wildly all the time. I'd like you to remove Reekwind's curse. Jumble pretends not to hear you, instead belching loudly and resuming his belly drumming, his eyes wandering around the Festhall. Is there anything I could do so that you'd remove Reekwind's curse? Okay, remove Reekwind's curse, Jumble, before I'm forced to hurt you. Jumble raises one eyebrow and takes a step back. He opens his mouth abruptly, and, though his lips or throat don't move to shape any words or sound, a torrent of incomprehensible babbling begins to pour forth.
Updated my journal.
Jumble shuts his mouth, and the babbling ceases. He peers at you through narrowed eyes, a self-satisfied smile on his pudgy face. Suddenly, you hiccup, and hiccup, and hiccup, and hiccup again. Jumble Murder Sense merely turns his head and waves you away. Whatever you've done, undo it, or you'll regret it sorely. Okay. Goodbye, Jumble.
Die.
Boom. Oh, that was unfortunate. Am I going to be walking with that annoying hiccup sound this entire time? Oh, goddamn. I've got nowhere to put this. There we go.
Done.
Might as well.
A pleasure.
Well. So let's head outside. Let's talk to what's-his-face in charge of curses. Alright. You see Salabesh the Onyx. Again you stand before me. I had some questions. You're the master of curses. Perhaps you could help me. Help you? Salabesh sneers, doubtful. Before you can respond, he sighs, shaking his head. Well, perhaps I could. What troubles you then? Jumble Murder Sense cursed me. Jumble Murder Sense? Ha! That sputtering mooncalf could never best me. Oh, the battles we used to have, though. But I'm past all that now. No longer my sort of thing, you see. I really don't know what I could do for you. After all, it's his curse. Not the sort you'd find on an item or some such, you know, that you could remove with a simple magics. He'll have to remove it, and willingly. Well, could you teach me a curse, then, that I could use on him? Well, I don't normally do that. I keep my curses to myself, you know. And besides, even a single curse would take one a long, long while to learn. Perhaps you're just worried that your curses aren't good enough to best him anymore. You what? Of all the ridiculous... Now look here, you knuckle-dragging sack of scars. Salabesh the Onyx is the master of curses. Okay, so... I think I fucked up by killing him. Alright, teach it to me. Purse your lips, looking skeptical. That's it, you've made me do it. There, see what that does to him.
Updated my journal.
So he's currently cursed, but he's also dead. And here's the harmonium coming to slay me, I guess. Yeah, so I may have fucked up here. These guys look like serious trouble.
Time is over.
Don't let
Oh.
it end like this.
Alright. So here's what I'm gonna do. And I have not done anything particularly useful for a while. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call it. Or actually, you know what? I'm gonna load from the last time I actually either had an autosave or a quick save. I think it's just a quick save. Because even though you can't die, okay, I've already killed him at this point. Even though you can't die, you can fuck yourself up in this game. Let's try a quick save, and I think the quick save is going to put me back quite a ways, but I don't think I've actually uncovered anything in that time. Yeah, this is the last quick save I had, which is like right before I went out.
Locked. Alright.
Yeah, so let me loot these real quick again. And I don't think I actually uncovered anything since this.
Got it.
I know I tried a few things, but I didn't actually make any actual progress. Much as I hate to save scum,
All right.
and as amusing as it was to kill What's-His-Face, I really don't want to be facing the Harmonium the entire time I play this game. Like every 5 minutes.
Done.
Let's talk to... Let's
Done.
find Jumble Murder Sense again. He was right here last time. I gotta find him again. God damn it.
I'm gone.
There's Merriman. I think I've already talked to him.
All right.
Let's see. Where is you?
I'm gone. All right.
Jumble. There we go.
Done.
Fat little asshole. And we'll do greetings, some questions. Jumble my questions. I'd like to you to remove Requin's curse.
Updated my journal.
And so forth. What have you done to me? Okay. So now let's head outside and talk to What's-His-Face.
Done.
And goad him into cursing Jumble. Alright. Guess I had some questions. Alright. Go on this address. We're worried the curses aren't good enough. Purse your lips, look skeptical,
My journal.
and then have him curse him. It's a game of curses. Let's go talk to Jumble again. And he's right here. Hidden behind a wall. Jumble frowns at your appearance, biting his thumb in your direction and waving you away. Throw the curse Salabish taught you at him. Jumble stares at you with a somewhat skeptical expression as you speak the arcane syllables of Salabish's curse. After a moment of awkward silence, the Zeos Detective Mage notes that nothing seems to have happened, and an evil grin spreads across his face. He opens his mouth to retaliate with another curse of his own, only to realize he has no voice. Salabish's curse has removed Jumble's ability to speak, thereby destroying the Zeos Detective's ability to curse others. He clutches at his throat, panic welling in his eyes. Looks like the tables are turned, Jumble. What do you think will happen when anyone you've ever cursed finds out you can't speak or curse anymore? Jumble drops to his knees, a pleading expression in his eyes. He looks ready to burst into tears. Will you remove the curse you placed on me and swear never to curse another who didn't mean you harm? Well then, I'll remove the curse.
Updated my journal.
Jumble sighs with relief as you remove Salabish's curse from him. He, in turn, removes his own, and your hiccups finally stop. He then bows humbly and casts his eyes to the floor. I'd like you to take your curse off.
Updated my journal.
Jumble nods, pouting, and with a wave of his hand removes Weakwind's curse. Thanks. And so I've at least got one quest done. I've got other quests that I need to finish.
I'm gone.
That I got nowhere near any information on here for. But I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to call it here. This has been the RPG Crawler with my live Let's Play of Planescape Torment. If you like what you've seen, remember to like, comment if you've got feedback, and subscribe for more RPG content. Until next time, take care and goodbye. Can't be saved at this time? Why not?